since Andrea Bargnani in 2006. And then we've got Alabama forward Brandon Miller. He's projected to go second overall to the Hornets. Miller led all Division I freshmen in scoring last season. He would be the first Alabama player to go in the top 5 since Antonio McDyess in 1995. And for number 3, the Trailblazers are projected to take G League Ignite's Scoot Henderson. The 6'2 guard from Marietta, Georgia, led the Ignite with 6.6 assists per game just last season.
Jay, if you look at the top 10 from Jonathan Givony and Jeremy Wu's latest mock, they've got Amen and Asar Thompson, the twins, projected to go 4th and 5th respectively. They'd be the 7th pair of brothers to be drafted in the same year, the first ever in the top 10 if that happens that way. And they also have Houston's Jarris Walker going 6 to the Pistons. Could be a big night for Marietta, Georgia. Our basketball analyst Jay Billis is back with us as we inch closer and closer to welcoming a new draft class. And I want to start with the guy atop, Victor Wembanyama. He has said on occasion that he feels so lucky to be starting his NBA journey, specifically with the Spurs. Why do you think that's such an ideal fit for him, Jay?
Well, the Spurs organization has had a winning culture, a championship culture for a long time, and they've done it through the draft. And they've been very intentional in how they've drafted, and they've done it at times with the number 1 pick with David Robinson and Tim Duncan, and they've found gems with Tony Parker and Manu Ginobili. And they've got a young core right now that they've built through the draft. They've gone through a couple of rebuilding years, but I think that culture gives them a tremendous amount of credibility. And it's going to be added credibility to have the number 1 pick, Victor Wembanyama, coming into that culture, and he'll fit in extraordinarily well. Not just because he's a great player, but I think the makeup of him as a person and as a player will fit the Spurs culture, and it'll amplify it. So I think it's a very good fit. I mean, it's hard for the number 1 pick not to fit anywhere. Victor Wembanyama would fit on any of the 30 NBA teams, but I think he has to feel pretty good that he's going to be going to that San Antonio winning championship culture.
I feel like his home country has to feel good too, because the Spurs are already pretty popular in France, thanks to, of course, Tony Parker and Boris Diaw. When you look beyond Wemby, it looks as though Brandon Miller is going to be the highest taken from the guys that actually played in college. Give me another one and done, though, that you're keeping an eye out for that you think could make a big impact right away.
You know, Al, I think Cam Whitmore of Villanova is going to be a high pick in this draft. I had him rated 4th overall, and Whitmore is a powerful elite athlete that can get off the floor and attacks the rim. He can finish plays, and he's a multi-positional defender. But he's NBA ready right now from a body standpoint. He's got an NFL body. And I think he's got great value in this draft. He still has to learn a feel for the game at the NBA level, and he had his season disrupted at Villanova last year by injuries. But when he got it going, Cam Whitmore is a baller. I think I would not be surprised to see him off the board. He could last a 9, but I wouldn't be surprised to see him off the board at 4.
Yeah, his points per game and field goal percentage went up in those last 6 games. Jay Billis, we've already started to see, Jay, before we let you go, some of the draft fashions coming in. When will you be putting on all of your diamonds and chains?
Yeah, I feel bad because J.J. Redick is dressed better than me. He looks like a Napa Cabernet Sauvignon with that suit he's wearing. I look like a banker, so I clearly have misdressed today. I gotta get on the stick.
Hey, the finance guys always get all the love. Jay Billis joining us here on Sportscenter. We will see Jay, ESPN, right here for our draft coverage. We're also much more ahead right here on ESPN as we get you set. Stephen A. Smith will join us live from the set as we get you set for the NBA draft, Shay.
We're following a developing story with Dolphins receiver Tyreek Hill. Miami police say he is being investigated after allegations of assault at a Miami Beach marina. WPLG TV in Miami reported that Hill hit a marina employee during a disagreement. Local radio host Andy Slater reported that the employee does not want to press charges. The Dolphins say they are aware and have been in contact with Hill and the NFL. And so for more on this, we bring in our senior insider. That would be Adam Schefter. He's joining us now here on SportsCenter. And Shefty, what is the latest you're hearing about where things stand with this investigation?
Well, Shay, as Miami-Dade police continue to investigate this situation from over the weekend, the NFL sits back and does not comment because the NFL is going to let the legal authorities obviously do their work before the league would have to step in. It wants to see the results of this investigation, whether or not the case about the alleged assault moves forward or not. And if the Miami-Dade police find something, then the league would look into it clearly, conduct its own investigation, and that could mean discipline. But first is the legal piece to this entire situation. That's the key piece. And nobody knows which way this is going to go just yet. One person said today they were unsure about the direction of this particular case. We'll see if the Miami-Dade police find some wrongdoing and go ahead, press the charges, then obviously the NFL would intervene and that could mean discipline. But we're still a little ways away from that happening.
Okay, in terms of what's going on for football with the Miami Dolphins, rookies and vets report on July 28th. Of course, if we get any more news on this story, we'll bring it to you right here on SportsCenter. That's Adam Schefter with the very latest. Thanks, Shefty.
Shay, we had some day baseball, a little division matchup between the Braves and the Phillies. Braves on a 7-game heater. Top of the second, we pick it up. Look at the wind, howling. Aaron Nola on the mound. No score, 2 outs. Eddie Rosario hits this one high. Look at Cody Clemens. He's trying to track the ball down. The wind's blowing it everywhere. He had to go 87 feet just to make the diving catch, but he does. So the game remains tied at nothing. Bottom of the ninth, still no score. Bryce Harper at the plate. Can you do something? Can you walk it off? Can you send the good people home? The answer is no. He sails this one. Michael Harris Jr.'s there. Harper frustrated, 0 for 3, a walk. Game still scoreless until we get to the top of the 10th. Save score, runner on third. Harris is up. And he's just going to get the little grounder. That does the trick. Sam Hilliard comes in to score, so the Braves are up 1-0. And then they were like, we got a little taste. Blood in the water. Let's make it a massacre. Boom! Austin Riley. Come on, Kyle Schwarber. That could have ended the inning. Instead, it's now 3-0. And then the next batter, Azuna, makes him pay. Okay, another one. He tends to do that. Another one.
And another one.
Braves with 5 in the 10th inning to keep that streak going. They take down the Phillies 5-1 in extras. Nationals hosting the D-backs. Bottom of the 4th is where we pick it up with the Nationals down 2-1. 2 on, 2 outs. C.J. Abrams strikes out looking on a pitch that's below the zone and takes exception to the call, and he would not be the only one. Top of the 5th, same score. Bases empty, 1 out. Again, Jake Urban's pitch that's below the zone is called a ball. The dugout doesn't like that call. David Martinez goes back and forth with the ump. Then he's going to walk on the field to argue. Martinez is walking off, and he's saying, get it right, get it right, to the umpire. And so you know what happens next. Get out of here, which of course sets Martinez off. Then he walks back out to home plate and he starts drawing out a line and trying to illustrate his point. Then he gets down in the dirt. No. Here's why he's so mad though, Shay. Both pitches go almost the same distance below the strike zone, just on opposite sides of the plate, but they're called differently. By the way, that's Davey Martinez's first ejection of the year. Back to the actual baseball.
He made it memorable.
He sure did. Lay in the dirt. Same score, 2 on, 2 outs. You can tell